Hi friends, it's Velvet. I am here to sew this thing together. This is the journal we've been working on. I haven't done much with it. I sewed on a couple of pages, but really that's about all I've done. I never did find my piano paper, so I'm just going to leave it like it is. It's plenty thick enough, but I will find piano paper for the next journal that I do. Excuse the messy desk. As soon as I am finished with this journal, I will definitely do something about that. As you can see, I have not covered this yet. I still don't know what I want to do with that, but that's okay because we'll have, you know, plenty of space to do that. So I wanted to take you on this journey of binding your journal signatures. I usually go 1, 2, 3, but in this case, because these are so thick, I might do the middle one first so that I know I've got the true middle, and then do the outer two. So yeah, let's see how that goes. So that's the middle one. Yes, that is the middle one. So if you don't already have a binding kit, and you plan to do this, you know, often, I would suggest that you get a small binding kit. You can get them fairly inexpensively from Amazon. I've got a lot of extras that I've put in here. At the very least, you'll need an awl or a pokey tool. Pokey tool works fine, or a big fat needle would work as well. And then you'll need some waxed thread, or maybe some floss, some of the floss. The other thing that I have used is fishing wire, and it works well. It's very, very thin, but it's extremely sturdy. And if you go this route, you don't want to pull too hard because it could rip your pages. But it is a good alternative, and it's really inexpensive. So I have decided I'm going to use this kind of yellow straw color. I've got my awl. And then what you're going to need are some big needles. I just got this. I think this pack probably came with my bookbinding set. And then I just pick a needle that's not going to do too much damage to the inside pages. And see, that's a real thick head. So I think in this case, because I have some fragile pages, I'm dropping needles everywhere, of course. This one isn't very thick, though. When the hole is smaller, it's hard to thread the waxed thread on there, which is why I usually use one of these two larger ones. This one I have clearly used because I can see some wax hanging out there. They're so close. I'm gonna use this one, and then I put all the rest back. And what you want to do is, so in this case, I'm going to use a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. You can use a 5-hole pamphlet stitch. You can use any stitch that you want, as long as you're able to get it in there tight and not rip your pages. So what I want to do first is, now I don't do a whole lot of measuring. The proper way to do this is to get a piece of paper, measure this out, find the middle, and then find the two, you know, so that it's whatever, a third, or whatever. I usually eyeball it. Now, first things first, I just want to see where my true middle is. And it's really kind of down that seam there. So what I tend to do is gotta find the middle of this, or where you want the middle to be. And I poke a hole. Just poke a hole all the way through in the middle. Now, I will kind of lay this on the page roughly where I want it to go. And then I will poke a hole. Let's just make sure we're through. There we go. Poking my hole through. There it is. And that's just a starting point. Now I'm going to thread my needle. What you want to do is do about 3 lengths of your book page. So there's 1, 2, 3, and maybe a little bit more if you want the end to dangle. You're going to wind up on this particular one. You're going to wind up with the part that you tie in the inside of the book here. So I like to have them dangle a little bit like this, and you can add some beads. So let's see how difficult this is going to be. Generally speaking, the waxed thread, the ends are pretty flat, and if you don't fuss too much, it'll go through relatively easily. Now this, like I said, this is not the thickest needle. The good thing is that because it's got wax, you can flatten it with your fingers pretty well. Pretty easily, I should say. Oh, there it is. So you go through. Pull a nice length here, because you don't want this to fall out of your needle. I'll put my glasses back on. All right. So what we want to do is we want to... Actually, let me do... Ooh, there goes my coffee. I am going to clip this all together. Let's just stick this back through and make sure that we've... See, because they moved tonight. Oh, look at what I just did. But it's not going to matter. So generally when I've got it like that, I will clip it. So don't do as I do, do as I say. And usually I do one up there and one down here, just to keep them from moving. So then what you'll do is you'll go like this. My first signature that I put in is always kind of a test run. Got a hair in there. Looks like a dog hair, but Lito's not down here very often. Bex doesn't have the dog hair. So what I'm going to do is, there, we're through there. Leave a nice tail on the inside. Now we're going to go through here. Baxter, what are you doing over there? Do you guys get sick of hearing me say that? Because he does stuff all the time down here. You'd think it was a puppy, not a 4.5-year-old. All right. So now you want to kind of scooch this up. Make sure that those two holes are meeting. So now, if you have not decided where you want your holes, I just kind of eyeball it, and I'll probably go about here. So, pull that away just a little bit. I'll put this in. Okay. Now, line this back up. Okay, just make sure you can see what I'm doing here. And then you go in where you want it here. Or you can use your awl and come through on the other side. So if you've got it lined up like this, the nice thing about eyes are that you can actually tell where that hole should be. There we go. We've got a hole there. I can bring that through. The page. Okay. And now we are going to go to the bottom. And I think I want to go right about here with that. So I'm going to go to the middle here. Poke my awl through the paper. And then through that. Let's see, there we are on the other side. Let's see if we can hold those together. Okay, we're through the paper, and there's the hole. So there we are. With any luck, that's not uneven. You can fix that in your stitching, though. Now what we want to do, I don't know what I did here. What we want to do is go back through the middle. Try not to split this waxed thread. Try and go to the side of it. I usually go like that. Okay, there we go. And then through the signature again. Again, trying not to split that thread. Okay. And the nice thing is, because this hasn't been tied yet, you can kind of lift it to get it through all of the holes that you made. I should have kept that clipped, huh? Whoops, I'm going through that. Whoops, no, we are off by a little bit. Oh my goodness, but that's okay. It's all right. It's not going to make a difference. So now, we're back to the middle. I'm going to pull it as tight as we can so that you can't really see the stitching here. And look at that. There's a little something going on here. I think that let's just make sure that worked. Yep. And then the outside should be nice and even. This is where I have an issue, is making the outside even. All right, so we want one thread on each side of this long thread. And we're gonna tie once. And then tie again. Most people will cut that off here. I wait until the end to figure out what I want to do with the thread. Hopefully I put this in right side up. Yep. It's another thing. Make sure you do that. So now that I've got the middle one in, I can bring my front one in. And my back one in. And this is really how it's going to look. Chunky monkey. So I will do the first one with you, and then I will let you do your last one yourself. And then I'll come back and show you what it looks like. So we're going to want to do the same thing here. And now the nice thing is you can take a pencil and use these holes as kind of a measurement. The thing I want to do is pull this up a little bit. I love all different size pages. I just think that looks so cool. But if you don't, you know, just try to find your middle, or measure it, and you can figure it out for all of your signatures and make a little mark there. So I'm just going to line that up. There's a mark. And there's a mark. And there's a mark. You can also do it on the flip side. You can do it over here. Let's see how close I was. Yep, pretty much right on. So what I will do is I will find the middle and clip these so that they're not sloshing around on me. I will thread my needle that I have lost, which is something that I do every single time I make a book. Every time. I throw it down, I get all excited because, oh, there it is, because I've got one signature in and I throw it down and whatever. So remember, do your 1, 2, 3, and a little bit. Let's see if this one will go in easily. Pretty much. There we go. Leave some there. Now you've got your marks on the outside, so you can use your awl. You can poke the holes right now. Sometimes I don't, because sometimes it's not quite lined up and I do it while I'm actually sewing. But whatever makes you comfortable is perfectly fine. All right, so I'm going to start here. Did this flat, so you know what? I should really poke the holes with the needle, because you know, then you're not fumbling around and making extra holes. All right, so we want that to sit right about there. I'm going to line up the holes here that I've already marked and put a hole here. Okay, I'm going to bring my needle right through. Just, you know, right through. Unless it doesn't want to go right through. And that's okay. All right, I'm going to put this here. Uh-oh. Oh, no, we're okay. I thought the thread had pulled out, but we're all right. Whoops. Okay. Let's just make sure that that's tight. And now what you could do is just line this up and poke your hole this way. So you want the middles to be the same, and you want that. Ooh, my needle's hanging down. So what you're going to do is come through the outside. I'm making this look harder than it is. I know I am. And I apologize for that. So there's your hole there. You want to go right through. Right through. Like I said, it's not as easy as... I mean, I'm making it look difficult is what I should have said. I'm making it look really difficult. All right. So now we've got that. So let's try this by just poking the hole where it should be with the needle, because the needle is pretty thick. It's just as thick as an awl, and it's really just as sharp. So let's line this up. You know what? I'm not going to try and do that because it's just so wonky. All right, here's what I know. I know that these two We're lined up. We're coming through here. So I need right down here, I think. Did we already poke these holes? I think we did, didn't we? Yes, I am a dope. I really, really am. Okay, so we're going to bring that needle right back through this hole that I probably poked twice now. Maybe I didn't poke this one because it doesn't look like it. You know what? I went the wrong way. I went down and then, but it, you know what? It doesn't matter at all because it's the same difference. All right, so here's the hole that we poked, apparently. Did we poke that? Yeah, that's poked. Okay. Okay. So we go up. So we go. Oh, jeez. Cracking myself up here. Well, let's find that needle. There we go. Okay. What we have not done was poked the hole with the awl. Whoops, my hair just got in the way. I'll go right here. And go through. Okay. Now, from the reverse side, we're going to go through the middle again, trying not to split that thread. If you do, you can always pull it back through. See, this is just, I'll be honest, I don't like binding. I'm not good at it. I'm not good at it, and I think I lack the patience that you need to really do a nice job on this. But we are close enough. And then we're poking it through the hole here. Just find the middle. This is very frustrating to me. Hopefully you're not finding it as frustrating as I find it. Oh, it just looks like it's right on. All right, so let me, great, I had it through, but I pulled it out. All right, let's get it through here. And then we'll see if we can find the middle. Okay. I'll pull this off now too. That's okay. All right. Now I'm going to pull that tight. Check the sides. Make sure that it's tight. What am I doing? Oh, there we go. Looks tight. There's the needle. Make sure one string is on one side of this and one is on the other. That way you're tying, and I just pulled it out. That way you're tying this around this long string. Tighten one more time and then make your knot. And that's signature number 1 in. Okay, look at that. 2 that are not upside down. And then we just have the last one to do, and you're going to just follow the same instructions that I gave you, and hopefully yours will come out neater than, or be easier to do than mine. Let me show you what the seam looks like right now. It's not bad. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's not bad either, so it's okay. All right, so this will go in here. I'm going to pause it, and I'll be back. Okay, we're back. I have sewn in all 3 signatures now. This is how it looks. But I'm okay with that because the inside is all decorated. We just have to do the 2 inside covers and the front cover, and then figure out what we want to do for closure. But I'm pretty sure I'll do a sari silk, and that will pull this closed a little bit so it's not as gator mouth. But I don't know about you. I kind of like a gator mouth looking journal. So I think it'll be okay. Whomever gets this, I think will be pleased with how it turned out. So I think what I'm going to do next is figure out what I want to do to cover these. As it is, we've got a pocket right now. Which, you know what? You could keep it like that if you wanted to. It's, you know, it's whatever you want to do. You know, whomever this journal is for, if it's for you and you like it like that, by all means, do what you want. I mean, it's kind of cool. I think I'm going to probably choose some paper, maybe some Tim Holtz paper to go with the fabric, and glue it down and make a pocket out of it. But we'll see what happens. And I will put that into the next video, and we can do the cover decoration. I have pulled out a few things that I think I might want to use on my cover. I've got a little bit of trim, but I think it might be too black. I'm not sure. I've got this. I think I want to put on, I've got some more of this. If you've watched any of my previous videos, this is the netting that you use to fix like screen doors and screen windows. And I'm kind of digging how it looks on things. So I've been, you know, taking off small pieces and using that. I've got this where I made a new eraser stamp last week, and I was testing it on here, and so I thought, well, why not use that? I've got a flash card that I sewed up earlier today, just a piece of scrap paper, that could be a Tim Holtz. This is just a little cluster that I put together. This is something that was gifted to me that I thought looked pretty cool, rusty, metallic. I might do something with this. And I've got some other things that could work on here. There's a number. Learn as if you were to live forever. That could look good on there. Got a thick cardboard thing. It's got like a little foam to it. So I don't know what I'm going to do with all this. We've got a little, it's 100% silk, something from, I don't know, a shirt or something. Thought we could put on there. So we'll see what happens. I will do this with you in the next video, and I'll show you what I've done to the inside cover. So with that said, thank you so much for stopping by, for taking a peek, watching my video, subscribing, and hitting the like button. It really does mean a lot to me. I appreciate you. Have a good day. Bye.